Hello, and welcome to another show of Red Cup Rants. I'm your girl, LDZ Fashizi, and I'm with Boom and Dre. What's up, fellas?
What's up?
What's good? What's good, man? Another Tuesday night, back on the mic. You see how that rhymed?
Yeah, I see that you're trying. I like it. I really, really, really like it that you're trying to be a
Mhm.
rapper. It is what it is.
Well, consider the fact that what a lot of these rappers out here they can't rap making money. Maybe I should try too.
Man, didn't Jeezy start late? You know what I'm saying? I'm saying we could do it. If he could do it late, why can't we? You know, that's all I say.
Saying right. So
Yeah.
it is what it is, man. I mean, you gotta do what you can out here in this world.
And then I guess her husband, well, my husband, he gonna be silent because you see, he's on top of the world this
He ain't gonna
evening,
be able to hear. He ain't gonna be
literally.
able to hear no. He ain't gonna be able to hear nobody.
Nobody. So it is what it is. What are you doing,
Mm-hmm.
Tariq? Stop. I'm selling a kid at the start of the show already. It's already gonna start that way. But anyways, we're gonna talk about some sports today because we got a few things to talk about. Uh, I guess we'll just start it off with this since it's the name of our show. Florida got some issues.
Some major issues.
20 of them. 20 issues. If you don't know what we're talking about, please go back and watch the clip. You could just type in Florida Gators throwing shoe and you will see exactly what we are talking about. And the best part of it was not the shoe throw, it was the detailed information from the ref on how many yards the flag and how many
20
yards it
yards
went
downfield.
down the field. I'm
20
like,
yards down the field. That's crazy. That's
well,
crazy.
I've never heard such a detailed explanation
Hey, but
on
sometimes
a.
you gotta me personally, I'm very happy that the swamp rats have had a full complete meltdown of everything. Uh I've been talking shit all this week. Well, all this weekend. I've been blocked. I've
Have
been
you been
cussed at.
blocked?
I've been blocked.
Did he block you, or somebody else blocked you?
Somebody else blocked me. He hasn't blocked me yet. He ain't gonna
Okay.
block me because it's Christmas. He's not gonna block me because it's Christmas time. So he's not gonna block me
Well,
till it's Christmas time. So, but I've been blocked. I've been threatened on Twitter. I've been in my inbox, and so being a Georgia fan, this is wonderful to me because yeah, it's one of the things, man. I'm very excited that Florida got a good slice of humble pie. Uh, I'm glad that they have been brought down back to reality because they thought they was a CFP team, and with Ohio State stuck at number 4, and a lot of people are giving them gripes about being number 4 with a 5-0 record, especially what's coming from Florida fans that they felt that they should have been in that top spot, and then they turn around. I know they turned around and what I'm saying, fall flat on their face against LSU. It's wonderful. So I think that was the first time in a long time that I thank my dad for a team that I despise doing my dirty work for a team that I despise a lot more. So yeah,
hey, at least
shout
at
out
least
to
Mizzou beat LSU. That's all I'm going to say.
right. So I mean, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
What up,
So
Sam?
uh, so yeah, what up, Sam? Welcome, man. But What do you guys think about this whole issue with the Gators?
I'm just glad they lost.
That's where I'm at. I'm just happy. I'm just happy they lost. Like I said, we beat LSU. We didn't beat Florida, and I was mad. We didn't even play good. But it is what it is. Like I was excited about it. I was happy, but the issues, and then I love that their coach came out and tried to say that wasn't taunting. If that's not taunting, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. Hey, girl. I was like, I don't know what is a taunt because I was like, Mom, he threw it, as the ref said, 20 yards down the field. It'd be different if he threw his own shoe down the field or he just tossed it to the side. But no, he threw it all the way down.
Right.
Yeah. So, like I said, I don't want to hear that mess. You could let someone else believe it, but I'm not believing that it was just not taunting. Yeah, okay.
Well, you know how I go. You know how I go. They
Oh, we still
they
got issues. I'm sorry, T. If he's listening, I'm sorry, T. That's all. I've been trying to protect you. That's all I'm
But you
gonna
know
say.
what? You know what? Terrence is not going to block me because Christmas is coming up, and he knows between me and his mom, that's how he's going to get his gift. So he's not going to block me. So he'll probably be mad for a couple days, but he's not going to block me. But shout out to my man Shane. Shout out to my man Henry. LSU fans, I salute y'all. Y'all did the dirty deed, which was to knock out them swamp rats from the championship conversation. So I'm definitely feeling it. I'm definitely feeling it. So I'm happy. I'm happy as a Georgia fan because I had to hear so much trash from Gator fans. So this is I'm savoring it. I'm savoring it. If you're not on Twitter, go to the Gators Twitter. They're having a full meltdown over there. It is lovely to watch. That's all I'm saying. It's lovely to watch.
Yeah, yeah. Pappy is ruthless, and yes, Dex issues, and yes, Kim LP wants the goods, and that was a good championship game, Henry. But yeah, I try to protect him. I did, but you know how his dad is. He petty. He petty as I don't know what. So I couldn't. I could only protect him for so long before his dad was giving him the business. You
I
know,
got to do what you got to do. Hey, I'm letting them know right now. I told them that I'm letting them know, and y'all could agree with me when I say this. Sports is a cruel mistress. She may look good to you and she may treat you good, but every now and then she'll piss you off. So, I mean, welcome to my world. I mean, 28-3, 20 second and 26. So, yeah, absolutely. Like it's
I
he
know he
does. He
does.
does.
I know he
He
does.
all he does.
It's
And
great.
and the crazy thing about it is he's been ragging on me about the Falcons losing 28-3. He'll send me memes, he'll send me jokes,
Still?
but yeah, he still does.
Mm.
Even when I'm at work and I'm chilling and I'm like, hey son, what's going on? And he'll send me a meme and talk trash and I'm like, you know what? Okay. So he's like, in the words of Tony Baker, he gonna get them skibbity paps.
Yeah, I love that he gives it to. I love that he talks trash to him because that just fills my heart from a person that talks trash no matter if we win or lose. I'm happy.
Yeah. So he'll be all right. He'll be all right. They'll get a bowl game and he could go talk trash to them and you know what I'm saying. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So, uh, but like I said, two things that warms my heart in the sports world when Bryce Harper strikes out and when the Florida Gators lose, it warms my heart.
And the Saints.
And the Saints,
And
well, what?
because it's just because your dad more than anything.
Yeah,
That's
my
probably
dad.
more than, so he'll get
Yeah,
out your inbox. It's more
yeah.
than
He'll get out my he'll get out my inbox. He'll stop texting. He'll stop calling, and he'll do that damn who that chant. I don't have to hear that shit. So So
Y'all
yeah.
talk amongst yourselves. Something happened to y'all nephew. So I don't know what's
Geor-
going on. I don't know
Georgia.
what happened.
So, but Georgia sports, Georgia sports. Let's see. Well, you know what? I will say this. I will say this. And Cam, yes, the Saints did a lot to me. Their fans talk a lot of trash, but I will say this about Georgia sports. Uh, it's finally great that we have a quarterback finally that can play football in Georgia with JT Daniels. Um, you can see when we played against. Well, your wife left, so I can't really talk trash now. But the way that they manhandled her team in the in this past game, uh,
I can hear
it
you still, so go ahead.
it makes me wonder what would have happened if we had him for Alabama and Florida, because our defense played great against both teams. It's just the fact our offense couldn't move the football. Um, I'm happy. I'm happy that we finally Kirby Smart, as much as he has been chastised because they say he don't know how to coach. He's turning into Mark Richt 2.0. My thing is that now we finally have a team that we can build around, that we can play some good football. Uh, I will see how the it changes. I really hope that JT stays. He's a red shirt sophomore. That means he's eligible for the draft. I really hope that he stays and plays a full season with us, because I think if he comes back with the weapons we have, Georgia will be in the college football playoff. Our defense is not going to slack off too much. I mean, considering the injuries that we had, it's not going to slack off too much. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited. But that's more than I can say about my Falcons. And then on top of that, I'm not really, I'm not really too mad about my Falcons losing, because I really want them to get a high draft pick. And I already told my BFF we're going to take their spot because they have more winnable games than we do.
We don't. Mm-mm,
Yes, you
mm-mm.
do. You have more
No, we
winnable games.
don't. We don't have. We don't even have corners.
It don't matter. Y'all playing the Reds. Y'all playing the Washington football team, right?
No, we got to play the Niners,
That's a
the
win.
Eagles,
That's a win.
and well, you see what Jalen Hurts did to the Saints
And like I said, that's a win. That's a win. And the Giants, right?
and the Giants. Those
Okay.
and we already lost to the Eagles once.
Okay. So look at the Falcons schedule. We got the Bucks this weekend. Tom Brady. Then after that, we got Mahomie. Then after that, we got Tom Brady again. So you want to trade schedules?
Nope. Actually, yes. So I
Yeah,
know
exactly.
so we can get
Cause y'all
that.
gonna mess. Cause this was gonna happen. This will happen, and I say it wholeheartedly. I think y'all gonna mess around and win one game. In that three, y'all gonna mess around and win one game.
And you
Cause it
know what's
always,
going to be, and it's going to probably be this weekend. To be honest, it's going to be probably uh against the Niners.
yeah. Cause you already know my stance on the Niners. Fuck your doofus. So I hope y'all beat him. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go into my pick 'em, and I'm picking the Cowboys to beat the 49ers anyway, just for the doofus. So I mean, it is what it is. Like, yeah, I'll mess around and win one game, because I don't expect the Falcons to win no more games after what happened in San Diego. I don't expect it, not at San Diego, but LA. I don't expect the Falcons to win another game this season. Consider the fact we got to play Tom Brady twice and we got to play Patrick Mahomes. We're not going to win those games. And I know Falcons fans will probably talk shit and say, "Oh, you're not a real fan." I am a real fan. I'm a realist though. We're not going to beat neither one of those teams. So all Dallas got to do is win one game, and we'll have y'all spot. One game, and we'll have y'all spot. So,
Come on,
but
Dallas, keep on losing with your funky ass.
like I said, y'all got a lot more winnable games. Y'all got more manageable games that y'all can win. Consider the fact how y'all played against Cincinnati. Y'all got a lot more winnable games than the Falcons do.
That was a
That's
fluke.
because, yeah, I was like Cincinnati don't even Giovanni Bernard didn't even look like a good running back. So
Exactly. But at the same time, who on the 49ers is a threat to the Cowboys?
more set,
Who?
more set. They're running
That's
back.
he's one person.
Okay, we.
And
That's all you
Brissett,
have to do is run it, run it down our throat.
Yeah, and so y'all could do the same with Zeke. That
yeah,
49 defense ain't what it was.
he ain't the
It
same.
ain't what. There's no Nick Bosa. There's no. What's the other guy's name? They lost their whole front four. The only person on that defense that could probably do something is Fred Warner, and we know Richard Sherman's not going to tackle. You know what I'm saying? So he's not really going to tackle. So I mean, who's really on the defense is going to stop Zeke if y'all feed it to him? Not a whole lot
That's it.
on
The
that.
question. The
Zeke ain't the
question
same
is
though.
if we're feeding it to them.
Zeke ain't the
Y'all,
same.
y'all give if y'all smart, y'all will give it to him if y'all
Right.
smart.
Let's not be smart. Since we over here talk about this game, let's not be smart.
Well, that's y'all forte. So I'm just gonna sit back and watch what y'all think because I know Ladonna's not happy that y'all won. I don't know what Boom's I don't know what Boom's stance is on it, but I
We
just appreciate
we
y'all winning. So we're tied right now. So y'all gonna win before us. So yeah,
we played a team that had their starting quarterback knocked out for the season. So this this win, I'm not taking it. I and honestly, I don't care that we won because the Tony Pollard looked good, which I think they're gonna use him as trade bait for before next season begins because he can be a starter on another team. He's good. He's real good. We're locked in with Zeke. Then this season, and you can attribute this to the injuries that we got on the offensive line. I don't think he's the same Zeke that we have come to know in the last 4 years.
mm-hmm.
So this whole win and is it's a clusterfuck because we had three turnovers in the first three possessions for the Bengals, which the turnovers is going to give your chance team the best chance to win, and that's what happened. But we did it in this game against a offensive team that basically shot themselves in the foot. That's all it is. They shot themselves in the foot, and we capitalized. But this win, I'm not. I don't care that we won. It doesn't show me anything because half our offensive line is injured on injured reserve. Our defensive front showed somewhat of fight, but they were still driving the ball down our throat before those turnovers happened. And like I said, they shot themselves in the foot to give us the ball back. So you can take this as a win. Yay, we won. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. Because even with their offensive line having miscues and whatnot, Demarcus Lawrence got to the quarterback how many times?
He got there a
Several.
couple times. Then he got several times.
The what? Did he hit the quarterback? I know he got a.
Well,
Baby,
no.
I know he got a strip.
baby steps, man. Baby steps. Baby steps.
No, with the amount of money that we're paying him, he needs to get to the damn quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And when he got that strip fumble, my eyes were wide open. I was like, "Oh my god, he actually came to play today." And I
You
only
know,
heard
I was over here talking.
I only heard his name twice after that. So whatever.
Hey,
And then Crawford. Oh my god, thank you for showing up. You got 2 sacks in that game. Holy shit! But this
Alden Smith,
Alden Smith, that what
Mizzou.
78-yard fumble return for TD.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Yep.
I'm glad that he's doing good, but even he has been missing for too many games this season. The first game
Well,
he
the
looked good.
whole
Second
defense
game
has
he looked
been
better.
missing.
Third game, what the we didn't hear his name. So well, our defense needs a lot of work. I don't care that we got three turnovers in the game, where it still needs work because our corners can't cover shit. They can't cover anyone.
Sweet
So
baby
we
Jesus.
need our to me the priority is secondary, offensive tackle, and then defensive line. Those are my top three priorities for this team. And I said this before weeks ago too. But this team is they need to
Sweet
cut
Jesus.
down the starters because we're 2 games. We're what 2 games? 1 game behind. I think we're 2 games behind.
Y'all two
There's no
games
point.
behind. Y'all 2 games behind. Yeah.
There's no point of trying to make to a playoff to just to lose in a wild card game against the say the Saints or the Rams or Seattle or whoever is going to be in the wild card game.
I
We're,
don't
we're
know because the Giants did beat the Seahawks. So I mean, I don't know. Seahawks don't. The Seahawks
but
they
see,
kind of fell off. They
that's the
kind of
Seahawks.
they kind of fell off.
They are coached better than our team. Joe Judge
Hmm.
will get on their players' ass if they miss a tackle, a block, or something. And he's a defensive minded coach too. So their defense can be tough and strong. And we saw that against the Seahawks.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Our defense is fucking soft. They can't even get to the damn ball carrier. Before the last year with Marinelli, at least our defensive players were at least running to the ball and making that tackle, and they weren't missing tackles. This season, they're just letting them run by them, and once they get behind them, they just quit. There
Hmm.
was no quit in Marinelli's defense. In this defense, there is. So that I think that what they should do is whoever whoever whichever player they value the most, shut them down for the season because there's no point.
No,
There is no point. I'm getting to a playoff in a walk off spot just to lose.
yeah, because they shut
Yeah.
down Martin
Yeah,
and
rightfully so,
Cam Irvin.
and rightfully so. There's no point. Put in the people that you got on the practice squad that you didn't get to see play much. Put them in the game situation. This is where you get to see, because who knows? Maybe this is the type of training camps we're gonna get, like we had this year with COVID, and numbers are still going up. I know there's vaccines out, but there's side effects. There's other implications with those vaccines. No one knows truly what they're gonna do in the long run. So are they going to be in a hurry to get those vaccines? I know I'm not. But yeah, to me, this game, what is whatever you want.
Just
Wow,
keep.
you got you
Just
got
what?
you got a bonus check for doing something in the game. I don't know. That's all it is right now. It's just play for money. But this this game, I don't like.
All I need y'all to do is win one game, and we're good. We'll swap. That's all. I just need y'all to win one game. That's it.
You want the quarterback, don't you?
No, no, no. Well, I don't want a quarterback, but if you go, Ladonna, tell you, if you go on my, on my timeline with all the Falcons fans, they want a quarterback because Matt Ryan apparently is the reason why we keep losing games. It's not the fact that the defense gave up a pat. I mean, don't get me wrong. Matt Ryan had a
Right,
bad game. He
right,
threw three
right.
interceptions.
Dre, you
Hmm.
know the quarterback's supposed to play defense too. I mean, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
So I mean,
So,
I understand their point.
all I'm saying is, if Matt Ryan somehow gets on the market, Ladonna, he might have to make about 30 cookies if he gets on the
Oh,
market. So,
man, I make about 100. What are you talking about? I'm finna be in here slanging.
I'll I'll make 100 too. That make it 200.
because the way the Falcons fans are talking right now, it's Matt Ryan's fault. Yeah, it really is Matt Ryan's fault, which is far from the case because even though Matt Ryan had a bad game, yes, he put the defense in situations where they was had a short field. It's been a problem with the Falcons for years. So, uh, if we do get a high draft pick, like a top 5 pick, I'm looking for the highest rated defensive player, like a Chase Young or a Sean Taylor or a Patrick Peterson, somebody like that. I'm looking for a high caliber player on the defensive side of the ball. I'm not looking for a quarterback because if we do somehow get Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields, if they come in and they're trash and they're terrible, they gonna want them traded too. So I mean, like, what exactly you guys want? What do you guys want? Like,
Who's gonna come in there and win now? Like,
win now, right? And then, like I said, it's a lot of people in there that are still hanging on to that Michael Vick memory, and it's just it's hard, man. It really is. It's hard. It's hard as hell. So I don't really want a quarterback, but if they do get a quarterback, then it is what it is.
yeah,
So
I
we'll
mean,
see.
not everyone's gonna be Russell Wilson or Colin Kaepernick on rookie seasons going all the way to the playoffs and deep in the playoffs.
Right.
They got the championship game before Niners won and going to the Super Bowl and lose against Ravens.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They played against us when they went to the Super Bowl. They when they went to play the Ravens, they played us, and we
Yeah,
was up 17-0, and we blew it. So yeah, you know, it is what it is. So I
y'all have
mean,
a history of blowing leads, don't y'all?
yeah, we do 28-3. Come on, man. I mean, I've been hearing it ever since it happened. Like I'm so used to it. My dad reminds me every other day about that, so it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me anymore.
Does he have a shirt
Of what?
of y'all 28-3?
No, no, no. He wants a. If the Saints win the Super Bowl this year, he wants a shirt this year.
Okay.
So
I
nah, he
just
wants
knew
a.
his petty level. I just knew his petty level.
Oh no,
Uh,
no, no. My son, my dad. Whenever he wants to be petty, he'll just text, and then I'll let you guys know via Facebook what he said. So
like Trish said, you, your dad, you, and now T. It's all going in the line. I'm
hey
teaching
man.
I'm teaching Tariq right now.
But see, the thing about it is Tariq is gonna be on your side. Terrence was never on my side. He's always been opposite of mine. He's a Jacksonville Jaguars fan and a Gators fan. So
At least
you
it's
know.
not in your division. I'm just saying. Let's look at the
He's a
positive.
Gator fan, but he's a Gator fan though, and I hate the
But I'm
Gators.
talking about NFL. But I'm in the NFL. You could
And NFL,
understand
I
why he's
mean,
a
but you
Gator
know what is,
fan.
but you
Where
are
he
you also,
lives.
but you also understand that the NFL rivalry level is nothing compared to college football.
Oh, nothing.
It's nothing to, like I said, the Florida and Georgia got a lot more weight than say the Ravens and the Steelers. It's got a lot more weight because I see people fight, and I've seen people like break up and divorce people over college football. That Alabama Auburn game, I seen people get divorced over that. So I don't mind him being a Jaguars fan, but he's a Florida Gator fan. That's where I draw the line. So, what up, nephew? He like
You see him? Did
no.
you see him? Did you see him? He did it. He was doing.
Oh, the horns down, horns down. Okay. So it is what it is, man. So I mean, uh,
Y'all spreading them sins. Whatever, Phil.
I ain't
Whatever.
spreading no sense. I mean, the only thing I ask is
Whatever,
the
Phil.
Cowboys win one more game because the Falcons are not gonna win no more games this season. So,
Whatever, Phil. Thought we was
so
friends, homie.
yeah, man.
Uh,
What up, Phil? Checking in with us, man. I'm glad you came by and said what's happening.
Paul called, and that's why. And
Phil,
I
when are you
told him to
coming
call
back on
mine.
with us?
Why does Paul want to call us? If he's gonna talk about Matt Ryan and he
No,
messed up the
I
game,
don't
I
know.
don't want to hear it.
He just said hi, and he said, "Yeah, he's listening to the show." He said, "What's up
Okay.
to y'all?" And he'll be listening, and that's
Cause
all he said.
I don't already had enough for today, and I'm not trying to deal with no more shit today. So he
No
gonna have to
more.
say that. He gonna have to say that for next week.
Yeah, we whoo.
Too much.
Phil,
Woosah. Woosah.
yeah, food.
Woosah.
We'll talk later. Phil, we'll talk in a little bit, but we gonna move
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Let's talk about some other NFL games.
I witnessed the greatest game in this NFL season last night,
Oh,
and
that was an awesome game.
I also need Lamar Jackson to stop lying, saying that he had cramps when he really needed to take a shit.
Yeah, because that run was not a cramped run. I don't care
It
what
was not a
nobody
cramp
says.
run. Because first of all, if you got a cramp, you're not gonna be able to run like that. If you got a cramp. Second of all, Ben a connoisseur of Taco Bell, I know what kind of run that was. That was not a cramp run. That was the turd is poking out my ass. I need to get to a toilet type run. So, um, but besides all that, I witnessed a hell of a game
Yep.
Monday night.
That
Uh, the
that game
uh, the
reminded me of the Miami Dolphins and Jets game, the Sunday night game or Monday night game.
yeah, and then also Buffalo and Pittsburgh. Buffalo have shown they are the real deal. And if it wasn't for Mahomes and Rodgers, Allen would be or Derrick Henry, Allen would be in the MVP conversation. So, but shout out to the Ravens and Browns. The Browns, Baker Mayfield has shown me that he is the real deal because I know a lot of people say he was a bust because he was struggling. But he had a good, regardless of them losing last night, he had a hell of a game last night as well. So I mean, the Browns are back. They haven't been good since Tecmo Bowl, so this is good. They haven't been good since Tecmo Bowl, the first Tecmo Bowl. Uh, their defense is finally coming together. Miles Garrett coming off a suspension got 11 sacks this season. Uh, my question to you guys is this: do you think that offense is better without Odell Beckham?
Yes,
Okay.
I think with him in the lineup, there's I guess expectations of the offensive coordinator that ball must be fed to OBJ,
Mm-hmm.
and that took away from everyone else's game. With him out of the lineup, you see how everyone else is gelling together.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think it is. I mean, I don't think he understands how to take the second lead in the offense.
I was looking for Byron because I'm sure I want to talk about his game while he on here.
Byron, that's
That's like,
exactly what I was saying right there. Baker does not have to force OBJ the ball, and that's what makes the offense better. Because
Sam said, you mean 13? I don't say his name. Well, Sam, he used to play for the Giants, so I totally understand why. So yeah. But go ahead, but go ahead, Boom.
yeah, with him, with the like I said, with him in the lineup, expectation is that he needs to get the ball often, and screw everyone else on the team. And the play call needs to run through him. It doesn't, and it shows because with him not in the lineup, look how well they're playing. Defense has always has been good. It was just the offense that struggled with him in the lineup. With him not in the lineup, they're getting the ball down the field. They're getting other receivers involved. They're letting other players make plays instead of trying to force OBJ the ball and turning it over. Because he's like, yeah, he's a good catcher, but he's not gonna catch all of them.
Hmm.
One missed throw, it's a pick. You can't get that back.
Okay. So my question to you guys is this is the other question. You think Cleveland should let OBJ just walk away and cut his losses? And if he does get cut, where do you see him ended up at?
Niners.
New England.
I say Arizona with DeAndre Hopkins.
That'd be a dangerous lineup. But again, would the expectations there change and feed OBJ the ball?
Could he go to Houston?
Go to
They
Houston.
need they need a wide
Green.
receiver desperately.
Well, I say Green Bay, but I think Green Bay is going to wait on AJ Green because AJ Green said he will be a free agent after this season. So I think when AJ Green hits the market, Green Bay is going to try to get him.
See,
And
me
then
and Sam right here.
yeah, the Texans, yeah, but I look at it like he's still on the contract with Cleveland, so the catalyst in all of this is like I said, AJ Green's going to be a free agent. So even though he's had injury issues, he's still a capable receiver. So whatever AJ Green, if AJ Green decides to take the market, it's gonna be teams on his phone. Whereas Green Bay, the Texans, uh, Arizona, even um, the Bears. But the Bears are gonna be trying to look for a quarterback. So I mean, and don't, like I said, as greedy as the Chiefs are, they might try to get him too, because they're trying to get everybody.
Well, the Bears. I think they got to keep Foles, um, because they paid him too much.
Yeah.
Um,
or like
but
Sam said,
they need they need another wide receiver.
Like Sam said, Giants. AJ Green could be a Giant. He can go to the Giants.
Yeah, but they ain't getting no Della.
No, no, they're not gonna get Odell if it came down to it.
Mr. Sassy Part One. He should be. He's Mr. Sassy Part One,
Or even
and then
that
we already
the
know.
the Rams need a
And then
wide
Mr.
receiver. I mean, they got Cup, but
Yeah.
that's the only one left. He could go to there too.
No, no, they got more than Cup. They got
Oh, Robert
Well,
Woods,
Robert Woods and
but
oh,
but I will say that OBJ is more talented than both those guys. Those guys are consistent, but as far as talent wise and the skill set, OBJ is better than both of them.
of course.
but
But what
hard
would you rather
work.
have?
I'd
Consistency
rather have
or
Woods and Cup over OBJ because hard work paid but beats skill every
I was
single time.
saying consistency, yes, absolutely. But
yeah?
if I had a chance to get OBJ, yes, I would definitely try to get him. I
I wouldn't want
mean,
him on my team personally. And that's
what
just
is
just it.
what they
And
said?
it's
What they said the same thing about To, but To was still a
I,
productive receiver.
but he wasn't as bad. You know what I'm saying? To was just off the chain. Spoke his mind. He didn't fight the kicking goal on the sideline. He just did some very diva-ish things on the sideline. To just told you like it is, straight out.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and I'd rather you be blunt about it and you be honest, like how you feel about certain situation, than you acting like a diva when you don't get your way or the ball isn't getting thrown to you
Well,
every time.
I will say this. There's another team out there that I see that I think you go to. You go to Baltimore because I know they got Marquise Brown, and I know they got your boy over there, Dez Bryant. But if it came down to it, if I'm the general manager and Odell's on the market, I would definitely take a look at him
Yeah,
because
but isn't
Lamar.
Dez is only signed for through this year? I
Yeah, he's
mean,
on
Yeah, he's
side
on
for this
time.
year. So me personally, if I'm the GM of the Ravens, I'm definitely trying to get another target for Lamar Jackson. And Odell Beckham would be a perfect fit there. He would take the pressure off of Mark Andrews and Hollywood Brown.
but
Yep.
do you think that'll be worth it? Do you think
If they
getting
want to win, yeah. If they want to,
if they want to get a receiver like OBJ, do you think Lamar Jackson has to change his play style because you all you're gonna be doing you're adding another target, yes, but can he still throw?
what you know what? Two things I say about that. Number one, the coaching has to coach the quarterback. Just like you see, like Matt LaFleur, you see how Aaron Rodgers is having an MVP type season because Matt LaFleur is catering to him. You see what Patrick Mahomes, as great as he is, you see with the coaching staff he got, you see how great he's being. I think that if Lamar Jackson and the coaching staff can get together and devise a plan for him to get better, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I would love to bring OBJ there because he's another target for Lamar Jackson to throw to. Because I mean, you saw last night. The only two people he really threw it to was Mark Andrews and Hollywood Brown. He didn't really throw it to nobody else. Because if he could throw it to the two, guess what he was doing? Taking off running. So I mean, I would definitely if I'm the Ravens general manager or the owner, if the Cleveland Browns cut OBJ today or tomorrow, I would definitely take a hard look at him. 'Cause, I mean, he's coming off injury. He tore his ACL, but that man is he's still going to have a couple years left before he supposedly declines. He's still got a couple years left in his prime. So I would definitely take a look at him for another target for Lamar Jackson. I think he could fit. So yeah, definitely.
Brian.
Trevor Lawrence can use Jesus, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost because that whole team that's a whole dumpster fire over there in Orchard Park over there, not Orchard Park. That's where the Bills play in New York. The Jets they need a whole bunch of shit. Matter of
That's
fact,
that's if
ma-
they even pick him.
yeah, because the rumor is Lawrence might stay in college. So are y'all gonna get Justin Fields if he comes out? I mean, and then what about Sam Darnold? I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna kick him to the curb. But I mean, right now, if I'm a football player in college, I'm definitely I'm a high draft pick, I'm definitely side eyeing that playing for the Jets.
Hey
I'll do.
Byron, you coming on in 2 weeks? I'm just asking in advance.
Like he said,
Just
I'd rather stay at Clemson and mop floors before I went to the Jets. That's fact. That's fact. That's fact. Cause the way,
uh,
cause think about it, they traded away Leonard Williams. Like they basically, like Brian, you could kind of vouch for me when I say this. Y'all basically did a salary dump of all y'all key players, so y'all could basically start fresh. That's how I look at it. So, but like I said, I think he can go to the Ravens. He's not going to the Chiefs because all that money they spent on other players. But I really see him going to either Baltimore, hell, even Detroit. He might even go to Detroit.
yeah, they
Detroit,
kind of need him in Detroit
they
too.
need him right there, Detroit. So I mean,
And that's
but
going
like
to
I
be a
said,
new coaching staff,
new quarterback because
new
there's rumble
quarterback. Cause yeah,
because there's rumblings that Matthew Stafford's on the trade block and he might be gone. So I mean, it's yeah, Brian. He was traded for salary and picks. That's what I'm saying. The Jets did a full dump of their players. So I mean, hell, I mean,
I
like I
wish he
said,
was
yeah.
traded here. I wish he was traded here. Jesus, I wish he would have came here.
And congratulations to Adams for setting the record for most sacks by a safety. So I'll give him that. But yeah, it's crazy like this. So I mean,
Let us know.
but it all falls on what AJ Green is going to do because he's going to be a free agent. So whatever AJ Green does, whoever he signs with, that's going to set the precedent for OBJ. Because I'm pretty sure if it came down to them two, a lot of teams would take AJ Green over Odell Beckham. So not because they're both similar in talent wise, but the fact that AJ Green's not a basket case.
It's
So
very true.
yeah, so that's my saying on that.
Yes, but yes, Byron, let us know. And since you on here, because I know you be a working hard man, let's go ahead and talk about your game. Because your boy hurts.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And and hold on, wasn't I in your inbox, Dre, saying I have a feeling the Eagles are going to win this, and you're like, we'll see. So you
All I
can't
know,
say I didn't have your back.
all I'm saying is, and Brian, yes, you got two number ones and number twos, but we all know how the Jets draft. That's all I'm saying about that, and you know how they draft. So, with that being said, all I'm saying is about the Eagles and the Saints. I should have took that bet because I would have a lot of money in my pocket if I would have took that bet because I think the Eagles were a 10-point underdog or a 2 touchdown underdog. I should have took that bet because I could have won a lot of money.
I had a
So
feeling, and I told you before the game, I was like, I have a feeling.
yeah,
Yeah, I
well,
had a feeling, and it's just because I understand that they know what Jalen can do, and they can see what he did in college, but you still can't really study a person until he plays a full game, and they weren't ready. They did not look ready for him to run as much as they did.
yeah. But and I know Byron, the reason why he was rooting hard for Jalen because your wife, my sister, is a diehard Alabama fan. They love some Jalen, so
Of course.
I know why you pull for Jalen. But I will say this, real talk. Uh, I think me personally, I think Carson Wentz's time in Philadelphia is over. I think his time is over. And the crazy thing about it is they gave him all that money, so it's gonna be very difficult to trade him because of the
They're
money
gonna
he
have to tuck
made.
it. They're gonna have to pay for it regardless. If they try to get rid of him, they're gonna have to pay him
I
regardless.
know Byron. I know Byron. I know. I already know because she was in the group chat with my parents and my brother and them, and she was talking shit. And I gotta figure out. I gotta get your mother in law a Jalen Hurts jersey. So I gotta find one for her for Christmas because she wants one. So uh, I uh, I think Carson Wentz's time is up in Philly, and a lot of Eagle fans are fine with that. But like I said, the money they gave them. That's why when people say trade Matt Ryan, I'm like, do you realize we owe him 70 million if we trade him or cut him? You know how much money we owe? That's the same situation with the Eagles. The Eagles are gonna have to
Yep.
still pay out that money if we trade. So basically they're in a bind because it's gonna be impossible to trade them. Yeah, that's what it was. The ACL injury when he had the MVP type caliber season and he tore his ACL, he ain't been the same since. So,
Mm-mm.
my question to you guys, and anybody out there that's listening, do you see Carson Wentz being moved? And do you feel that Jalen Hurts should be the starter for the rest of the season?
Start of the
He's
rest of
going to he's going to be the starter for the rest of this season.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
the
but that
and the next
money he
season as
costs too
well.
much.
Yeah, yeah.
And the next season he'll be the starter going forward. Wentz should just sit back because, like you said, Eagles can't trade him because they still owe him that money. They can't get rid of him anyhow. That they still owe him that money. So it's gonna be Hurts time from here on out, and Wentz just
So
has to be the bench warmer.
He's going to be the highest paid bench warmer since Sam Bradford.
Easy money.
Sam Bradford's the whoever his agent is. I need to talk to him because he got that man 130 million
Man,
dollars just to sit on the bench. So my question to you guys is this: do you think the Eagles could trade Carson Wentz? If they can, should they trade him?
Who's he gonna trade with, and who's picking up that tab?
yeah.
Somebody's out there desperate enough to pick him up.
And the question is, I think he'll be, I think he'll be on the team, but I
Yeah,
think what will happen, I think
Byron
what will
said it's 60
happen
million.
is,
Yeah,
at 60 million. So
60
if
million.
he leaves in 2022,
Mm-hmm.
it's way cheaper than it is now. I mean, if they cut on, they do it before the 21 season. So if they do it in the 2022 before that season, they might do it and call it a, what I'm saying, call it a, we're done. But I really think he's going to be back next season. And I'm not wishing any injury. Like, there will be some fans of the team, but that's the only way Jalen is playing next season.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
so,
it's
so
like really
it's
high
it's
this year, and it's
it's
like
high.
22. It's like 22. Let me see. I think I still might have it in our here it is.
Woo! 59, 60 million, and
Yeah,
then 25 million. Damn.
yeah. So it's like wait, like what we said, Byron said, it's cheaper. It's cheaper right now. It's literally cheaper to keep them right now.
And my homeboy said it. He said it best. He said, "This is why you don't give quarterbacks high extensions when they're coming off their rookie contracts. You don't."
Yep.
So, is this more like a mistake on the front office for having much faith in Wentz, having that much faith in Wentz to give him that kind of money?
Yep.
Yeah. And you know what? And I will say this: as much as not Boom, but as much as Ladonna pulls for Dak Prescott, now you see why Jerry wasn't so quick to give him that money. He was just like, you know
Yep.
what, I'm gonna pay you 40 million this year. I'm gonna pay you 34 million this year, and then we'll figure it out from there. Now you see what the ramification is. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, well, the rumor is that Doug Peterson is probably on his way out of Philadelphia. So maybe a new coaching staff, or a new offensive coordinator can help too. So yeah,
And
so I mean,
also, y'all need a QB coach because whoever y'all coach is now, he ain't doing it.
uh, yeah.
He ain't
And,
doing it.
and,
He
and
ain't.
and
He
Phil
ain't the one.
and Phil, I understand that it's part of the game. Injuries are part of the game, but at the same time, sometimes you have to, as an owner, you have to be tactful of how you give people an outrageous amount of money, because you see what's happening in Dallas. Dallas saw what Philly did. Saw what Philly did, and they was like, you know what? I'm not gonna give Dak this kind of deal because we don't know what's gonna happen. And then you saw Dak go down with the gruesome injury. And honestly, I think Dak should get his money regardless, because, well, not that kind of crazy money, but at least some kind of compensation for his injury if the Cowboys decide to part ways. That's one of those buyer beware type things. So I think that the Eagles should fire Peterson, fire the coaching staff, and just start completely over with a new coaching staff, and we'll see where it goes from there. And if he's not adjusted, like Brian said, if he's not adjusting, he's playing like crap. If he's not adjusting, and you're not put, and then I will say this too: besides Miles Sanders and Ertz on the Eagles, who else they have? Deshaun Jackson's been hurt all year.
Oh, what's your rookie wide receiver that's actually been doing good for you, Byron? I
And then
cannot think. I can see it. I cannot. I can't even say the name. Please, Byron. I know you.
and then
Yeah,
and then
you hear
Aguilar,
me.
Aguilar went to the Raiders and got brand new hands.
Rieger,
So
Who?
who?
Rieger,
Yeah,
Reagr.
Yeah, Rieger. Is it
Rieger
Rieger?
and the other is it Rieger and then was the other one. Rieger has been doing. Yeah,
Yeah, it was Rieger. So
yeah.
I mean, you gotta put some talent around. Like look at Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes has been doing awesome. He's a great awesome, but it doesn't hurt that he has weapons on outside and in the backfield. So that and definitely and then he's definitely got a coach that could develop a quarterback to make them great. So I'm gonna give Wentz some of this donkey, but at the same time I'm giving the front office some of this donkey because they're not putting weapons around Wentz for him to be successful. Because like I said, besides Rieger, besides Wentz, besides Sanders, who else they got as a threat? Deshaun, like I said, Deshaun Jackson's been hurt almost all year.
And Alshon Jeffrey just started looking good uh
Yeah, the other night
the other night when
when they
Hurts
played
came
New
in.
Orleans, yeah,
Oh, that's him. That's him. Fulgham.
yeah, Fulgham,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. That's the other name I was
So
thinking of.
so
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just the players, but the coaching and the front office got to help too. You can't just rely solely on talent. Not everybody can be Aaron Rodgers, where you have a great quarterback and you just give him peanuts. But you see what Aaron Rodgers is doing in Green Bay, where he has actual weapons. You see what he's doing. He's pretty much um, in a dogfight with Patrick Mahomes for MVP. So I mean, you gotta if you got great players, that's cool, but you gotta put people around them. Yeah, yeah, and you know what? And honestly, I think the reason why they haven't been on the same page is it's a little bit of beef. It's a little bit of beef. It's because what happened in the Super Bowl with Foles winning the Super Bowl. So I think that's what it was, and I think it hasn't been the same since. So, but we'll see. The Eagles got to figure it out because that's gonna be a high paying ass backup behind Hurts. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that's another one. DK Metcalf could have been an Eagle right there. Yeah, like that could have been a great target for Wentz. I'm not saying that he'll be an MVP type player, but having DK Metcalf the way he's been playing, that would have definitely helped as well. So I mean, it's you know how it goes. It's the Eagles got to figure it out. So yeah, he won't pay for another beer in Philly, and just yeah. Well, I will say this. I will say this, Byron. Justin Jefferson is having a great year, but Rieger, he's pretty solid. He's not putting up numbers like Jefferson, but he's having pretty good numbers. So I mean, he's not like Aguilar was when y'all drafted Aguilar. He couldn't catch a cold. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we'll see what happens, man. I mean, besides that, uh,
Aguilar
uh
went to training camp. I don't care what nobody say. He got
he
new
ain't got no
hands.
training camp. He went to Wakanda. That's where he went. He went to Wakanda and got
Oh,
some new hands.
yeah.
So
But on this comment, I think Rieger would had a better um besides this, missing time. I do see, even though what's his name over there in Minnesota is not as great. Um, it's still the quarterback situation. Even though Cousins isn't the greatest, he still has a better aim on the deep ball threat than Wentz.
yeah.
And it's sad to say it should be the other way around.
Yep, Wakanda. He went to Wakanda, got them some new hands. So
Something.
he went something. But I mean, they really got to figure it out because regardless if it hurts or Wentz is back there, the Eagles y'all got to put because I remember back in the '90s and the early 2000s, the Eagles were most consistent with talent. They always been in the NFC Championship game, a Super Bowl contender, because they always seem to to bring talent in, and they always seem to just not miss a beat. But they've been missing a couple beats these past couple years. So, um, We'll we'll see what happens. We'll see if Carson Wentz will be the most expensive backup in the league or not. Um, but another team I want to talk about. Let's talk about the Dolphins, man. They almost gave Kansas City their second loss, and I said that the Dolphins would be a sleeper team. Uh, Brian Flores is doing a hell of a job down there. Uh, uh, Tua is turning into. Besides, he's been getting hurt a lot, but he's been turning into a quality starter. The Miami defense has been good. They're Devontae Parker and I don't know who the other receiver is, but they've been showing out. Yeah.
Their
I don't
tight
know.
end, Grisick, is that how you say it?
Grissom, yeah.
Grisick, yeah, he's turning into a top 10 tight end in the season.
And their defense, I don't know what their I forgot what the quarterback name was, but he's nobody's talking
Byron
about him.
Byron
Yeah,
Jones
Howard.
was one of them, and
What
Howard,
what well nobody's talking about Jones. The only reason why they talk about Jones is because they uh
Gisick.
they gave
There
him
we
all
go.
that
Thank you.
money. Yeah, get they
Yeah.
gave him all that money. But yeah, the Chiefs took their foot off the gas, but at the same time, it's just the fact of the matter is, I'm not taking nothing away from that Dolphins defense. They played
Nope.
probably the greatest quarterback in the league, probably gonna be the greatest quarterback of all time. They played that man tough with the interceptions and the pass rush.
Two.
Howard, yeah, Howard is showing that he held his own with the beast that's known as Tyreek Hill because, as far as I know, that man is unguardable. As far as a receiver, he's very unguardable. Nobody can keep up with him. And the fact of the matter is, Howard held his own against Hill. That shows me a lot about the promise of the Dolphins. I said the Dolphins are going to sneak into the playoffs, especially with the fact that they have 7 spots now. They're gonna be like a good team. Um, because I already penciled in the Chiefs going back to the Super Bowl in Tampa. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, they're legit. They're definitely legit. I'm just amazed, and then the fact of the matter is they have a black coach down there. You know how black coaches are being treated in the league. The Steelers almost fired Mike Tomlin because of his past couple bad years. He got them going around being 11-2. Uh, uh, so I'm really hyped about Flores. He's finally getting a chance. He's finally got this team together. They finally got a legit quarterback. They got a legit backup. So I mean, don't sleep on them Dolphins, man. I mean,
Mm-mm.
consider the fact that how the Chiefs have been like beating teams up. Yeah. He's from Brooklyn. Okay. Yeah, he's from the Bronx. So yeah. So I know Sam is really like, and I will say this. He's probably one of the only coaches that I know that has come from the New England Patriots tree, the coaching tree, and has actually been successful. Because Matt Patricia's got fired, the general manager got fired. We fired our general manager. All these Patriot tree, all these Patriots that go out and they go coach other teams, they don't do good. So to see him like really like taking this team and molding it, making it an identity to what they are, they're really good. They really are. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta give much respect to the Miami Dolphins, man. They're really doing something down there. Yeah,
Yeah,
Joe Judge ain't really done anything. I mean, he won 4 in a row, but I mean, he ain't doing the same job that Flores is doing. Flores has got the boys in the playoff hunt. Right, like I said, I mean, but you need a coach like that. You need a coach that's gonna stick up for their players.
and not
You
like
need,
ours. You
yeah, you're
know,
gonna need a coach to stick up their players like that. So when I saw that, I was like, good. That lets your players know that hey, my coach is sticking for me. I'm gonna play harder for them. And now they're sitting there like what's the 8-5 or 7-5 or something like that. They're literally in the mix for the playoff spot
and I ain't even mad at him.
at all.
Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it. Any other games? Boom.
No.
No
No,
other games this weekend?
uh,
Somehow NFL, I mean the NFC East. Three of the teams out of the four, sorry, Sam, won this weekend. Like it's just been one of those weekends. Like the no name, they over here just beating people. Um, like we said, we were talking about that front seven of the Washington team, and it's they're gonna be something to deal with. That defense is going to be something that's going to be scary because this is what happens when you draft wrong. This is what happens when you draft properly, what you need. This is Washington is a product of what the Cowboys need to look at and take notes. You look at what you need, you draft for it, and you keep drafting for it, and you keep putting in those pieces. And here we are.
So
This man, what Byron said, he is man. Chase Young is a flipping monster.
And he's only a rookie.
I will
Yeah,
say this. I will say this. He would be defensive rookie of the year if it wasn't for Jeremy Chin from Carolina. Jeremy Chin from Carolina will be defensive rookie of the year. But if it wasn't for him, he would definitely be the rookie there. Cause and I read a tweet. I don't know, Ladon. I don't know if you saw it. I retweeted it on my Twitter page. They said that Chase Young is everything that Javadian Clowney was supposed to be.
and that's what I saw that and I was like, now if
It
he
makes
could just
sense. It really
if
makes
he could
sense.
stay healthy, because that's what hurt him the most. It was, of course, was his injury. So if he could stay healthy, man,
Hmm.
that's he. Like I said, that defense is something you just don't want to mess with. Like
They
I
have a
don't.
very they have a
I,
very underrated defense. If they get their offense
Mhm.
together, and don't get me wrong, don't get me wrong. Yeah, you gotta lose a lot of games to get players like that. And
Mhm.
and everybody says that Mike Tomlin was being disrespectful. He wasn't. He was being honest. He was being honest. Guys like Bosa. Well, go ahead,
Yeah, go
Ladonna.
ahead. I was agreeing with you. Like you're
All I was saying is that sometimes like I mean, look at the Browns. As many times as they've been in the top 10, look at their team. They're sitting at eventual playoff spot. I mean, hell, like I mean, you have to, and I hate when people say, "Oh, I don't want my team to tank." Well, how are you gonna get better? Especially if you're out of the playoffs, like my Falcons are out of the playoffs.
like the Cowboys.
Like, yeah, how else are you gonna get good? You gonna keep the same players? You don't want to get a better draft pick? That's how you get these players. You know what I'm saying? So I will say this: a couple things I want to say. Number one, as much as I love Alex Smith and what he's come back from to even step on the field to even play football, he is not the answer at quarterback in Washington. I think they need to draft either they need to draft a quarterback or they need to get one out of free agency. But Alex Smith is not the answer. And I applaud Ron. I applaud Riverboat Ron, considering the fact that what he came back from with his cancer issue and he's cancer free now or is in remission or whatever. The way he got that team playing right now, because the Redskins, well, the Washington football team's defense is not that bad. It's very underrated. If they could fix that offensive side of the ball, they will be because McLaurin, that wide receiver. Nobody talks about him, but he is very good. He is very good. He is a very good receiver. Nobody really talks about him because we talk about DeAndre, we talk about Julio, we talk about um, who's another Michael Thomas. We talk about all these great receivers. Nobody talks about McLaurin. McLaurin's been putting up pretty decent numbers.
Yes, he
The only
has.
the only reason why nobody talks about him because of who he plays for, and
And
he's
the
not a
running
high,
back Gibson
yeah,
is a get.
Gibson,
Yeah, Antonio. Thank you. Yeah,
Antonio
Gibson.
Gibson.
Boy, me and Byron just be me right. We right here tonight.
Y'all might have to have
Um,
y'all own show, especially when y'all is a cowboy when the Cowboys and the Eagles play. I might just have to stand by and let y'all do a show.
we over here clicking on all cylinders, but yeah, but no one's talking about Gibson either.
Yeah, but
Like
no, I mean,
seriously,
and,
neither they're talking about neither one of us. And then here's another one. They're tight end, Logan Thomas. He's
especially
balling.
especially after the fact that Jordan Reed couldn't stay healthy, and
Yeah.
then they went and got another title who's just as good, if not better. So I mean, and the reason why these people are not getting talked about is because who they play for.
And
If
then Sam,
Yeah, McLaurin is he is at because I saw him in that Cowboys game and he wasn't making all the glamorous catches, but he was making all those what we call moving the chain catches, where you make the
hmm
catches to move the chains. And then the one play that stuck out for me against the Cowboys was when Jalen Smith got the interception and McLaurin chased him down, tackled him, and then the Redskins defense held up and the Cowboys had to kick a field goal. Then they eventually won the game. Stuff like
yeah,
that sticks out. So I mean, if the Washington football team can get their offense together, get a quarterback that could actually be a game changer, not a game manager. I mean, I'm kind of mad they kind of gave up on Haskins, but I don't think Haskins. I think Haskins is another version of Cardale Jones. If they can get a quarterback that could be a game breaker with that offense and that defense, Washington will be one of my sleeper teams come next year if they
I hope
draft
they don't.
correctly.
I hope
Well, I
they
know you
don't.
don't.
And that's
I know you
coming
don't.
from me. And I'm speaking for me, Boom, Sam, and Byron.
I know. I understand. Just hey, look, same way when the Panthers got Bridgewater and Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay, I was like, fuck them. I don't want them to succeed. So, but if they can get that all together and they can kind of, Riverboat Ron can kind of, because as much flack as Riverboat Ron gets around the league, he is still a hell of a coach. I still think that he can coach, and the way he has the Washington playing, I think they'll be all right. So with that being said, Boom, what do you think about the whole situation in Washington? I mean, I know you're a Cowboys fan and you like fuck them, but at the same time,
I wish our defense looked like theirs.
yeah, yeah. Oh, they got a hell of a defense.
They got what? I think that they said it was like five first rounders on their defensive line.
And they got a good linebacking core too. The
Yeah,
secondary is kind of iffy, but I mean, if you got a front seven like that, shit, I could play cornerback with that front
right.
seven.
But yeah, I wish our defense looked like that. And like my wife said, we need to take notes from the Washington football team and see what their hole was and how they went about it. Because we see our holes and we're like, oh, we're gonna go this way.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, so you're not gonna plug this hole up, and then it's gonna come around and bite us in the ass. Because I mean, our our supposed playmakers on
Mm-hmm.
defense, one hasn't produced since last year. The other two, and then the other two I'm talking about, Jalen Smith and Leighton, they disappeared because last season they showed they had speed. They can get to the sideline. They sideline to sideline defense, get the ball carry, and and play
Absolutely.
play good defender when they do have to cover a tight end or receiver. I have not seen that all season long from them. They're getting burnt by tight ends. They're slower going sideline to sideline.
Mm-hmm.
So all of our key players or supposed playmakers on defense, they have not produced. They have not shown that they're still good. So this is a very should be a very approving point for the Cowboys saying or for the Washington saying, hey, we know how to draft and we can plug our holes where we see weaknesses. We're gonna go after it. We're gonna fix it. But
Mm-hmm.
this
Yeah, yeah, I
the
definitely
way
do.
the way we're drafting, we're all we're getting is the name players who will bring fans to the stands.
To the stands, yeah.
That's all they're doing. They're not getting the fans in the stands by winning or playing good football. They're just getting it by, hey, we can flash a few times and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I'm a defensive guy. I want to see a good defense come out and win football games because offense wins games, defense wins championships.
Facts, big facts, big facts.
So
So
I
go
I,
ahead.
I would really love to see us draft well on defensive side, but then also plug in holes where needed, like the offensive tackle. Because
Yeah, yeah. I know you spoke about that last week.
yeah, I was last week. Hell, I've been saying that for the last 2 or 3 years. We need to replace Tyron Smith or
Hmm.
look for a replacement for Tyron Smith because the injuries are adding up. He played 2 games this year and then opted out for his neck surgery. That this neck injury has been an issue for the past 2, 3, or even longer because it's his neck or that stinger shoulder. So we need to plug those holes because if we don't, we're going to be back in the same boat and we're going to be saying the same thing again. And I'm if we draft like we drafted this last season,
Hmm.
we're going to be back in the same situation with this type of play where our
Okay.
offense can put up numbers, but our defense can't match.
Okay. Okay. And I do want to ask you this question too. Um, I know Vander Esch is, he's a great football player.
He is.
He's a great football player, but do you see him in the same light as Sean Lee? As he's a good player, but he can't stay healthy. Should you move on from Vander Edge so it won't be another Sean Lee
I
situation?
no. I want to see. I want to see how he does this year or the next year because he
Hmm.
did get hurt. He did. I mean, breaking a bone, you're breaking a bone. I mean, you can't give him excuses other than any more excuses. I mean, he broke a bone where it's critical for defensive players to make tackles. I mean, it's
Hmm.
right here, which can uh, you know
It'll mess
hurt.
up a lot of things. It hurt a lot of things. Yeah.
So that I can let that slide. But then like at the end of last season, I said there's something going on with his neck that they're not telling us because he did opt for a surgery at the end of last season and then come back this season and play better. But he broke his collarbone. So I mean, I can't not give him a chance to prove himself before I say we need to move on with Leighton Van Der Esch. So with that said, I still want to see Jalen Smith and Leighton Van Der Esch go back to the players they were 2 years ago
Hmm.
because 2 years ago they were sideline to sideline. They were maybe getting 2, 3 yards before getting hit by one of them. But it's we our linebackers need to just come back to form. If they can come back to form, I'm good with that. I'm good with those 2 players. But our defensive line, that's my biggest concern because against the Browns, they put up what was it to 310? Yeah,
About
rushing yard.
300, about 310, 315 rushing yards.
That is unacceptable.
Hmm.
How are they? I understand they have a very good running back combination there.
Hmm.
I understand their running backs are good.
Hmm.
Nothing taken away from the players. But how the hell are we gonna just sit here and say, "Hey, we gave up 310 yards. We're just gonna this is the defensive front we're gonna stick with."
Right.
I mean,
Right. Right.
I understand how after that game we can stick with the same defensive line. There should have been changes made, but we still have the same players at the same position who aren't doing shit
Hmm.
except for every 3 or 4 games. When we hear the miss name or hell, I think so. The past Sunday was the first time I heard Crawford's name because I think this
Hmm.
was the first 2 sacks of the season because I don't remember him hearing his name.
He
And
had 2 sacks. I think he had 2 sacks, right?
yeah, but
Hmm.
before that game, how many sacks did he have? Exactly. So this defense is not producing, and that's why I'm not giving this Sunday. Yes, we're back. No, that's why I'm not doing that because this is the first time this whole season I could say we got 3 turnovers. The, the, but we're still on the minus side on turnovers. We're still giving up the ball more than we're taking away,
Hmm.
and we're the worst rushing defense. So if any team that wants to beat us,
Even worse than the Seahawks. I know
I,
Seahawks is pretty bad. I think the Seahawks versus defense is probably a little bit worse than you guys.
I think we were the worst in the run defense, if not
Okay.
one of the worst. But either way, if team wants to
Mm-hmm.
beat us, all they have to do is just
Do is run the
line
ball.
up and run
Run
the
the
ball.
ball.
Get those and especially and what type of runs? Zone read runs. Get us in those those where we have to chase them down. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we'll lose.
Yeah.
We'll lose on those. If the opposing teams run a zone read runs, we're done for because
Wow.
we don't have anyone that's shown this season they're going to chase them down
Yeah.
or get
Ladonna
anybody
said.
constructive.
Ladonna said y'all are 30 seconds. So yeah. So yeah, y'all are worse than the
Yeah,
Seahawks.
yeah.
Yeah.
So so the with Washington. Go back to your question. Go what the Washington has done. It's very impressive. It's very good, and it shows because their front seven is very good.
Very underrated.
I wished that my team's defense looked like theirs.
I
Because,
wish
like you
my.
said, if the front seven is this good, the cornerbacks can be mediocre and cover because
Mm-hmm.
they're not going to have the quarterback is not going to be running out the pocket trying to throw because even if the quarterback does get out the pocket, they're chasing him down.
Mm-hmm.
They're throwing the ball away. So you can have mediocre corners and be all right as long as the
Mm-hmm.
front seven is getting the pressure on the quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, definitely, man, definitely, man. So, uh, that's all I got to say about the NFL recap. That's pretty much what it is. It was a very interesting weekend. We're getting into the. Oh, I do want to say this. We gotta. Well, I gotta give a shout out to the Buffalo Bills. They got their statement win, and I think that they're not elite yet as far as the AFC royalty because I already said that the Chiefs and the Steelers are pretty much the two dogs, and but I think the Bills are pushing themselves to be elite. And Ladonna, I know my BFF is probably listening right now. She the one who said that Josh Allen was going to have a great year, and so far he's pretty much proven everybody wrong and proven her right.
And
So,
he's continuing to grow because you can see from last year to this year he's a little bit more patient and making much better reads when he does throw the ball and runs
mhm.
only when and if he has to. The I think the torch has been passed over to Josh Allen for the
So,
AFC. The AFC this Bills team is gonna be number two for a very long time. As long
oh
as the
yeah,
Chiefs do what they do, they're gonna be number two. And I think I can put them above the Steelers just because Roethlisberger is on the downside. Because
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. I really agree.
there's no way with Roethlisberger in his prime would let this Bills team beat them and
Okay.
come back and do a back to back losses after starting 11-0. There's no way your Roethlisberger would have done that or would have
So,
allowed that.
my question to you is, do you think the Bills are Super Bowl contenders?
I think they're AFC Championship contenders because, like I said, as long as the Chiefs are over there doing what they're doing, this
Mm-hmm.
Bills team will be number two.
Okay.
And
So you
then
put so you say you put them over right now. You'll put them over the
right now,
Steelers.
yes,
Okay.
because
Okay.
even though yes they have one more loss than the Steelers,
You see how
but
they beat them
but
Sunday night. You see how they beat
yeah,
them Sunday night. Yeah.
you see how they beat them, but then you see how they have been playing all season long. They've been playing with heart every single game, and
Mm-hmm.
those three losses that they have, those were heartbreakers,
Mm-hmm.
or they shot themselves in the foot or something. But I'll take those three losses then starting off 11-0 and then going back to back losses.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so Chiefs, Bills, and then the Steelers right now in the AFC for
Right now. Yeah.
right now.
Okay.
But going to next season or whatever, it's still gonna be Chiefs and Bills for number one and two, and then Ravens maybe at number three, depending how well they clean up their play.
Okay. Okay. I can respect that. Like I said, your wife Ladonna, she said it. before the season even started to look out for Buffalo because Buffalo can make that leap. She said that yeah, Sam, you said it. The Hail Murray against Arizona, that one right there. Uh, that was a hell of a game, a hell of a catch by DeAndre Hopkins. But back to what I was saying about the Bills. Ladonna said it. They're playing very good football. Their defense is playing well. Sean McDermott is is coaching his ass off. And if it wasn't for Mike Tomlin and the coach from Cleveland, I would have him as coach of the year. But yeah, the Bills are playing, and Bills Mafia. I know Bills Mafia is loving it right now. I think they're the greatest fan base in all of football. Because they don't give a fuck. They will support their team if they're 12-3 or 3-12. They will support their team. I think they're. I put them above the Raiders because I thought the Raiders had the best fans, but I think Bills Mafia has trumped them over and over. And yes, he did come from the Andy Reid coaching tree. And I will say this: as great of a coach Bill Belichick is, his coaching tree is not that good. Andy Reid's coaching tree, a lot of coaches that come from Andy Reid have become successful. That's why I hope if the Falcons get a coach or looking for a coach, go look at the offensive coordinator in Kansas City, Eric Bieniemy. I would love to have him as our coach. Everybody wants to have Rex Ryan as our coach, and that's fine and dandy. But Matt Ryan is not getting any younger. We need a fresh set of eyes on the offense, and I think Eric Bieniemy would be that ideal coach for our team. And so, I mean, I would love to have him, but back to what the Bills are doing. Um, right now, I would have the Steelers ahead of them just by a little bit, just by a little bit, just by a little bit. Even though the Bills beat them, I would have the Steelers ahead just by a little bit, just because I want to see what the Bills do come playoff time. I've seen what the Steelers have done come playoff time. I've seen what the Chiefs do come playoff time. I want to see what the Bills do when the lights are bright because we all know, and y'all can vouch for me when I say this. We all know when the playoffs start, the lights get brighter and the players play better, and it's just a whole different monster come playoff time. I want to see what the Bills do when it's postseason time.
I think in the postseason the Bills will handle themselves.
Yeah.
I think they got what it takes to get to the championship game.
Mm-hmm.
But again it depends on from here on out they stay consistent as they have been all season long. If
As
they are
Go ahead.
if they can do that, they'll be all right. But if anything changes, offense or defense, it's over.
Yeah, got to stay healthy too. You got to stay healthy. The Bills have probably been one of the most healthiest teams in football, and I agree with Sam. Sam. They lost. The Steelers lost Dupree, who was a hell of a linebacker. So I agree with that. I'm just going on experience as far as play because we all seen Roethlisberger play in the playoffs. So I haven't seen Allen do too much in the playoffs yet. So, but if the Bills get in the playoffs and they start winning games and they start exercising these demons, then I'll look at them at a whole different light. They're a good team. I just want to see how they look when it's postseason time because we all said the next great thing, and then come playoff time, they're not the great thing. They fold. They fold. So I want to see what Josh Allen does when them lights get hella bright. So we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see. So, but that's all I gotta say about the NFL. So I mean, whenever you're ready to move on to the next one, and then we go on about go on about our way.
what the hell is the next one? What are
I
they
don't
talking?
know. I didn't even get the. I don't have the thing on here. So.
Oh, I guess this.
Oh. Well, the only thing I gotta say about that is that I'm glad Canelo got out of his deal with Golden Boy because I felt that they were screwing him over. And I felt that they cheated him out a lot of money. And like I said, boxing is a very, very, very dirty sport. So the only thing I gotta say about that right there is that I'm just glad I could get to see one of my favorite fighters fight. That's it. And I think that this is basically a warm up because I think they're gonna. I think him and Triple G are gonna have a third fight, or he's gonna fight Pacquiao or something like that. I mean, I don't know, but that's the only thing. That's the only real thing I have is the fact that he's no longer with Golden Boy, and I think that's the big thing because I see a lot of boxers now. They're following the Floyd Mayweather route where they just they be their own boss. And I said it time and time again that promoters are very outdated. They don't really cater to the sport. They cater more to their pockets. And yeah, I agree, Sam, that he needs to fight one of Charlos. But right now, if he beats Smith, which I think he will, he should. Do I think he's going to fight him? Probably not. I would love to see it though, but we all know how it go. We know boxing is a political sport. We know boxing is one of those sports where it's all about the name. It's all about the dirty work and stuff. Because that's why we didn't have. That's why we didn't have. We're not going to probably not have Crawford versus Spence because of politics. So I mean, that's how boxing is. Boxing ain't what it was. Boxing ain't what it was back in the day, when the best fighter fought the best fighter. They take it to social media. They take it to their trainers. They take it to their promoters. They take it to everybody else, but the person they got an issue with. So it's crazy, man. It really is. So I hope this is a good fight. They are fighting in Arlington at Jerry's World, and if I did go to the last fight, I probably would have went to this fight. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. But right now, it's just like and nobody's really talking about it. Like the crazy thing about it is people are talking more about the Mayweather Jake Paul fight than this fight. That lets you know where boxing is going right now, what state is in, because more people are talking about that fight. So I mean, I don't really have nothing else to say about that. So I mean, if you got anything to say, if you really got anything to say, then we can move on to the next one.
Yeah, I don't really follow boxing, but
Yeah,
okay. Canelo
yeah.
versus Smith.
Yeah. And yes, Sam Spence Crawford 2022. I hope so. I hope it doesn't get dragged out like Mayweather Pacquiao, where we had to wait 10 years until they finally fought. I hope they don't. I hope that doesn't happen. So, but that's all I gotta say about that one. So we can move on to the next one, and then we can go on by the next one or whatever.
Next one we have is the Freak
Hmm.
getting that super max deal.
So for everybody that say he was gonna go join the Lakers and the Warriors, you can shut up now because he's staying in Milwaukee. You know, I will say this about that. I'm happy that he stayed in Milwaukee. Because we got all these super teams, we got all these players. We see James Harden. We see James Harden trying to go to Brooklyn or Philadelphia and try to join up with them.
Yep.
Uh, yeah, Sam. Even the Knicks. I know the Knicks were trying to get him too. So hell, the Hawks. Even with the Hawks, I hope they were trying to get him. But yeah, he's staying in Milwaukee. Uh,
Well, we're glad that we broke this news to you, Sam.
Yeah, Sam, I'm glad because it's been all over social media, man. So I
Yeah.
mean, but the thing about with Sam works like me, so he doesn't really look at his phone like that. So I'm pretty sure he probably looked at it when he got home or whatever. But yeah, he signed a 5 year deal, 228, the supermax deal. Uh, I applaud him for sticking with the team that drafted him. I'm glad he didn't join with the Lakers or the Warriors or the Heat or whoever. Go ahead, boom. Go ahead, boom.
Yeah. But, you can finish, but I just got one question after you're done.
Oh, the only thing I was gonna say is that they need to build around him. They need to get to him some players around him because as great as a player that Giannis is, he's very limited in a lot of things. He's not a very good outside shooter. He's not a very good as great as he is lengthwise, and the fact that he can run the floor and dunk the ball, and he's very good on the inside. I don't think he's a good post player. To me, I don't think Giannis is a good post player. I think he should start working on that. At least get one post move to add to his repertoire. But this is good. This is good. So now, if I'm the Bucks GM, I got my superstar players staying in Milwaukee. I'm gonna start building around him. I'm gonna start going out and get these players to build around him. So That's my thing.
What kind of player does what kind of player is needed around him to for them to get past that hump in the postseason? Because the last two seasons they've been getting knocked out in the first or second round.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
what? So what? So
yeah.
what are they missing?
They need another shooter. I mean, don't get me wrong. Chris Middleton is a hell of a shooter, but that's only one shooter. They need no. They need another. They need another wing player. Somebody that can play on the wing. Um, they fucked up when they let Brogdon go. Sam, if you're out there, make sure you let me know what player because I might be wrong. Marlon Brogdon. They let Marlon Brogdon go. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they need another wing. And that Harden to the Bucks. The Rockets want a king's ransom for James Harden. You already saw what they said about the Nets. They either said they're not going to trade him because either they're going to give up Kyrie or Kevin Durant for Harden. Um, and I think the Sixers they wanted to get Ben Simmons or two first round picks. Yes, who it was? Malcolm Brogdon, who was a great perimeter player. But James Harden's not leaving Houston because the fact of the matter is Houston wanted another. You know, they want a king's ransom to get him. I would have wished, and then this is just my take. As much as he was a nuisance in Houston, as much as he was a problem in Oklahoma City, the Bucks just tried to make a run for Russell Westbrook. Bring Westbrook to Milwaukee because he would have been that kind of player that could take the pressure off Giannis and make Giannis do what he does. So they honestly they need another wing. They need another shooter to spread the floor so teams won't just pack the lane. They won't pack the lane for Giannis. So, but my question, and I'm asking you the same question. What do you think the Bucks need in order to get over that hump?
Uh, See, basketball, I'm very limited on because I only
Mm-hmm.
watch the Mavericks. You
Mm-hmm.
know, but from what I have seen, maybe a point guard that
Yeah.
can have a better flow of the game
Mm-hmm.
and get other players involved other than Giannis. Because well, right now, as it stands with that team, we all can predict Giannis is going to get the ball. They
Mm-hmm.
can put the game in his hands. There's no
Mm-hmm.
one else to take it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a better point guard and like I said, another um, well, one
Somebody
of the
could actually shoot. Somebody could actually shoot the ball.
one of the two. One either get one person or another player that can shoot the ball from anywhere from the in the court,
Mm-hmm.
outside, inside,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Or two, get a player who can actually post up.
That's why I said yeah, because as much as great of a player Giannis is, he's not a very good post up player. He's not a very good post up player. So I really think, and even Sam said it, maybe they go get Drew Holiday. You know, like I said, when Russell Westbrook became available for a trade, if I was in Milwaukee, I would definitely try to engage that and try because Westbrook, as critical as he is, as controversial as he is, I think he would have took a lot of pressure off of Giannis because of his style of play. So,
Yeah,
but definitely,
pressure needs to be taken off of Giannis for them to get over that hump. Because I mean, he for where he started and where he is now, very impressed. I
oh
mean,
yeah, absolutely.
he has shown growth, and for being that lengthy of a player, can run the ball down the court. I mean, he reminds me of young Shaquille O'Neal, but the only difference is young Shaquille O'Neal could post up. Giannis
Mm-hmm.
kind of can't. He's still working on it. I'll give him that. He's working on it. He'll try to post up, but he'll start from the 3-point line and make that first move. If he beats the defender, he's down to the basket. But if he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't, he's the now ball stuck in his hand, and now he has to find an out.
Mm-hmm.
So that is one thing he just needs to work on is like he said his post up game, or find or get another player that can and has a post up game, because
Yeah.
that's their limiting factor right there. But
Yeah.
I think Harden trying to leave Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he may want to wants to get out of there, but who wants to take him? Because
Right.
he likes to take over games and take over games early, not late in the game where he can make that difference. But he wants to take over early in the game and get his numbers. That's to me. That's what I see when I hear about James Harden. Sure, another triple double, triple double, triple double. Okay, but did you win?
Right. Or what has he done to make the team better?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I thought with Westbrook and him teaming up, I thought they're gonna be lights out.
Mm-hmm.
Taking everybody uh win. Give out hand out L's. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they meshed together well. Now is that because they just two alphas going at it, or is it just one to one just trying to
Two.
hold?
It was two ball dominant players, and it was only one ball.
Yeah, and that's what James Harden is. He's very ball down. Even if he does go to Bucks, he ain't sharing the ball with Giannis. Giannis' number is
Right.
going to go down.
Right.
No, and no matter where, not just with the Bucks. I don't think if he goes anywhere, that's what's going to happen. He's
And
just
he
going
talk about he
to.
want to go. And talk about he want to go to Brooklyn. You got Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, who are two very ball dominant players. I don't think he would fit in Brooklyn.
But then see, Kyrie Irving can distribute the ball.
He can, but he also likes to score. So I mean,
But he'll get his point. He'll get his 20. But
mhm,
then now and then you got Kevin Durant to worry about, because then now it's his turn,
yeah.
and we all know KD can ball.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. I saw him in the preseason game last night. He looks like the old Kevin Durant that we all saw. So
yeah,
yeah.
it with that it's just that's the whole different
Oh yeah,
just
that's a whole different tangent. We can talk about that next
but
week. So
but
like you know,
but well with Giannis, hey, congrats, you made it. The coming from overseas, helping came over here just
and he was
for
very he was very raw when he came over here. He wasn't even a good player when he came over
no,
here. He just the way
uh,
he's been playing. Yeah, I agree with that.
where he's come from, and where he's at, doing really well. Take care of your family, because I know that's one of the main biggest things that he has said and countless times. I just want to make the lives of my family better, and this right here, you got it,
Hmm.
you won.
So my thing is this. There was another player out there before he got traded to Phoenix eventually. What about Chris Paul? He
Uh,
was he was one of those point guards where he could get his points, but he also knows he's a good floor leader. He can spread the ball around. What about?
I think him and Giannis could have meshed up real good, real well, but I
Hmm.
guess the Bucks did not jump on that opportunity when he came. Was he traded, or was he released and then
He was
signed?
tra- he was tra- he was traded. He was traded
Okay,
to
should have.
Phoenix.
I think they should have jumped in, but I think the money would have came into question, because as you
Hmm.
see, they wanted to sign him to a max
Sound
deal,
Henley, Max Deal, yeah.
and then you have to pay Chris Paul too, because you're not gonna pay him uh $3 million for one season.
Hmm. So, but yeah. So I mean, it's. Like I said, I'm happy. I'm happy that he signed his deal. He got his money. He stayed in Milwaukee. But if I'm the GM of Milwaukee, I'm definitely looking around to put players around him to make him better. And yeah, Brian, they talking about it out here. You know, the backcourt with Devin Booker and Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton. They're definitely gonna make some noise out here. So they've been talking about it. I hear it all the time because I live in Phoenix. So they're definitely talking about the fact that the Phoenix might. And then you gotta give a shout out to James Jones, who is no general manager experience. He's putting a good team together down here. And you saw what the Suns did in that bubble where they finish undefeated. So I mean, they're definitely gonna make some noise come next season or this season coming up. So,
Yep.
but yeah. So that's all I
And
gotta say about the NBA. And then my Hawks are back, so I'll be watching them. And like Boom said, Dallas they got that beast over there in Luca. So I mean, it's gonna be an interesting season. We're gonna see what happens.
yeah, I was watching him play earlier or stuff on the game last night. They're already talking. He's in the MVP candidate.
Oh
Already.
yeah, oh yeah. He's gonna win. I will say this about Luca. I don't really give a damn about his fans because they always remind me that we made the mistake of giving up Luca for Trey Young. So I really don't care. But I think Luca will probably win before it's all said and done. He'll have about 2 or 3 MVPs by the time he retires. He'll have about 2 or 3
Yep.
MVPs.
All right. Well, with all the talking points talked about, we're into the last part of the show. Parting shots.
Hmm. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll
Cause
go
I don't.
first.
Yeah, I don't have a partner shot. I got to think of one. So you can go ahead and go.
Um, the only thing with the party shot I gotta say is with the holidays coming up, be careful. I know that a lot of you guys are expecting family to come over or you're going to travel. Just be careful. Take precautions wherever and whenever you can. Just protect yourself. Be uh be be safe. I don't know if you can hear the kid crying in the background, but
I heard him. I heard him back there. I was like, oh snap. He a little upset.
yeah. Uh, uh, be uh be kind. I mean, it's the holidays. Everyone's stressed out. This is one time where they can de-stress. They just you know let shit go. Don't hold anything to heart. It's just not it's not worth anything. And know what? Another thing I do want to say, ever since I've been doing this show or the Chain Reaction show, or coming online, talking to doing these podcasts, talking to you, whoever. The one viewer that I have seen constantly is Sam. Sam, thank you for hanging out, watching us all
Oh
the way to
yeah.
the end,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
from about beginning to end. Thank you, and you don't just sit there and just listen to us talk. You engage, and I appreciate you. So um, one day maybe you can come up and do a show with us. So I mean, it's open to anyone. If you got good talking points, come on up.
Absolutely, man. And shout out to Brian, man. Brian, he
Yeah,
tried to
Brian
check
too.
in as well. Brian as well, he check in as well. And everybody. We appreciate everybody checking in with us, man. I mean, this is something that we all do on our off time, and it's our outlet.
Yep.
So to everybody that check in, even if you got something negative to say, just the fact that you came to check in with us, we appreciate it wholeheartedly, man. So it's definitely cool, man. Definitely. Um, I don't really have a partner shot. I really don't. I really don't have a partner shot. The only thing I gotta say about me, the only thing I have to say is I just appreciate everybody that's rocking with us. Honestly, that's it. I appreciate everybody rocking with us the long way. I really appreciate everybody that's been down with us, uh, watching us do this podcast. Um, it's something that I enjoy to do. I enjoy doing. I enjoy getting on here with Boom and Ladonna, and we just have a couple hours to just talk sports and just kind of escape the pressures of the day.
Hmm.
Uh, and uh, uh, and I will say this too, and I think Boom's gonna probably. I hope Boom don't beat me up when I say this, but I just want to say congratulations to him for losing 90 pounds. I gotta give you props for that. I gotta give you definitely props for that. Man lost 90 pounds and he looks great. And him and my BFF have been going hard on the workout thing. She's lost 15 pounds, and
Thanks
you
to
know,
water.
thanks. Yeah, water, man, water and no alcohol. You see, I got mine. I got my water here. So
I was in the red cup.
Kool Aid's in the red cup. I know. I got this. This is my alternative lifestyle right here. I don't drink. I got this. So, but I I gotta give props to them because I mean I know they said that they wanted to lose weight, they wanted to get healthy, and I've been with them every step of the way. So I gotta give props to you guys. You know that's very hard to lose weight and be disciplined doing it. So if I
Yep.
don't say anything else tonight, I say congratulations on that at least.
Yeah. And maybe we can do instead of doing a talk show, we can do a workout show. Get
Hey
us in
man,
the.
I saw you say you want to do on your and you want to do something on Instagram, man. So I'm definitely
Well,
down with
I
that,
know.
bro.
I just said to hit me up on Instagram, and if I get enough people, engaged or interested, I'll set up like a Zoom call or Cisco or a WebEx or something. Gotta get that lined up to where I can pass out the invitation. Y'all just come up,
That
do a share screen, and then
definitely.
we.
Hey, I'll put it on TV and work out in my apartment. So I'm good. I'm good. Just let me know if you want to do that, and I'm definitely in on that. So if anybody's out there that want to join, just
Hit me up.
I'll give you the details, and Boom will put out the details, and we can get it going. We can all be healthy.
Yep. But
So
with that, I mean, that's it. That's the show tonight. So thank the guys for listening in, engaging, and putting us the right things up on in the comments to correct us. So thank y'all.
yeah, appreciate it. See y'all next week, man. Appreciate it.
Later.
Yep.